There are a couple of people who weren't able to come tonight, and we are very sorry that my aunt and uncle aren't here tonight. My aunt is my closest relative, apart from my mum and dad, of course. My earliest memories are spending Christmas with her and her family at their house, sampling the exotic delights of shreddies for the first time, things like that. So it really is a very exciting party tonight. My wife and I wanted quite a small wedding. There's only 60 guests here, so that's not that many really, and it meant that quite a lot of people, quite a lot of our friends and relatives in fact, we weren't able to invite, which was quite upsetting. And of course that was a fact that Franco reminded me of repeatedly at every opportunity on my stag do when people were present.
Cheaper though, clap.
Luckily they are really good friends, so they didn't seem to take it too personally.
That's what you think, Tristan.
They did. It really is appropriate that we got married down in the Bay. We love the Wales Millennium Centre. Oh, the other button, once more time. Yeah, that was a really good venue for us to get married in, and we love the food in Mimosa, and luckily the food's been up to the normal standard. It's also appropriate because Abby and I's first date was actually down in Cardiff Bay. I took her to the salubrious delights of the Terra Nova public house opposite. quite a strange choice really, because it's not exactly one to impress the ladies with, but I think it might have been because they serve Brains beer, so I thought, look, if this date doesn't go that well, at least I can have a decent pint or two. So we had a really good time in there actually, and Abby will tell you my memory's not the best sometimes, but I do remember the day really well. And it was so good, we actually stayed out till about 1:30 in the morning. Ooh. These days would be crazy for 2 hours and a half. I remember going to pick Abby up in my car. The weather was good, it was hot, I had the roof down, Abby came out of her house looking glamorous. I thought, oh, this looks promising. Got out of the car, gave me a big smile. I thought, oh, it's even more promising. That's pretty normal. And I soon realised that she was friendly, confident, very sociable, and very chatty as well. Something which hasn't proved to be such a bonus, really. As I say, she looked really glamorous. It wasn't just the weather that was hot that night, Abby was hot as well. So after a really good night, I asked her to come out again. And on our second date, we went for cocktails in TGI Fridays. So this wedding has been well thought out, everything's there for a reason, and the cocktails are part of that. I can tell you some of the things I love about Abby. I've mentioned one of them already. I love her smile. She's got a smile that can cheer you up in the darkest of moments. I also love the fact that she is obsessed and deeply madly in love with all of the Muppets. So much so that she chose to get her own Muppet. She always dresses well, she always looks fantastic, and as one of my friends in the office told me, Tristan, you're punching well above your weight. Abby has helped me out immensely with all sorts of different things. She's helped me with my career. She always helps me out when I've got myself into a bit of a hole, which happens on a weekly basis. This speech won't be as good as the speech I gave at Martin's wedding when I was honoured to be his best man, because Abby wrote probably half of that speech, and she constructed it into a semblance of English, which helped. She always tells me that I'm not funny, which I'm sure most of you will.
So you're not quite funny, heckle?
It is now you said that. So anyway, she looks absolutely stunning today. The other thing that I was really looking forward to, apart from calling her my wife, was seeing how she looked, because I heard the shoes were good. She told me they were the best wedding shoes in the history of weddings, and I can't really argue with that, I've got to say. See, green balls on top of it, which didn't stick on the super glue. And yeah, she does look stunning in a dress. And a real honour that she agreed to get married to me. The bridesmaids are equally as stunning. I was knocked off my feet through the door. And I'd just like to ask you all to raise your glasses and I propose a toast to both the bridesmaids, Jasmine and Julie, who really have said today it would be spectacular. I next need to talk to you about the best man. It wasn't an easy choice. I procrastinated for a good month really if I moved to having my best man.
Anyway.
There were three main candidates. There was my oldest friend Martin, who perhaps I should have had his best man. Let's see how well my speech goes. Shortly. I have mentioned it to Wilma a couple of times in the last couple of days. I think he's a bit nervous now, so make him feel welcome. But Martin was a bit busy with his managerial duties at Arsenal, so I didn't think it was fair to ask him. I wanted to make sure the best man's speech was funny, so that was Franco out. So that left the third musketeer, which is Paul Williams, Wilma, who I've known since the age of 16. So I asked Paul, he was, I don't think thrilled is the word, he seemed remotely interested, you know, yeah, resigned to it. Probably thought I can't drink as much at the wedding as I'd like to, so I'm going to have to keep it together. Anyway, I was very pleased. It then dawned on me that Paul's my friend, and he's the friend out of everyone who makes fun of me the most. Now, if you know me and you know my friends and how much they make fun of me, to say that he's the one who makes fun of me the most is quite something. Hold on to your seats. I've asked him to turn it down. He knows my mother's in the audience. He knows that she's senior and mature, so we don't want any health issues as a result of any nasty shocks to the system or anything like that. So I'd just like to thank Paul for agreeing to be my best man. He's really looked after me. I'm my shirt earlier. I was almost going to ask him, but he offered, so that's good. I've got some great ushers as well. Martin, Shahab, aka Shah. Franco, he's done nothing. And there's Mark as well. Mark is always someone you can rely on in a tight situation. He sells himself again over. I didn't give him quite the task I gave him at Martin's wedding when I asked him to put together a PowerPoint presentation with about 20 minutes to go. in a packed room of about 120 people, so he's got off lightly today. Many thanks to the ushers, and I think I've paid thanks to everyone now I need to cover. It's fantastic to see. It's fantastic to see both our parents at the wedding. Really fantastic. We're very, very pleased that they were able to join us. I just need to thank my parents for everything. My dad, obviously, he's not in the best of health and did well to be here for some hours and has now gone home to have a nice lie down, which I could probably join in. In my view, clearly, from a totally non-biased point of view, they're the best parents in the world. They've helped me in countless ways, and they made sure I had the best education possible, which in no small way has made sure I've been able to be a sort of success. Apart from making sure I had the best education possible, my mother also ensured that I always got back from the pub safely, which again was probably equally as useful. My dad is a man of few words, I suppose, but when he does say something, it's usually quite pertinent. On women, he told me, they choose you. And I suppose that's the case with that. So, I sometimes take note of what he says. I've never heard him say a bad word about anyone in my life, really. Well, apart from my mother, of course. And I'll try and follow him in that, but I probably won't be as successful. Briefly, you know, in terms of my mum, she's probably my greatest influence on my life. She has done everything possible for me. She's an immense woman, really, and again, a true example to try and follow and emulate.
Well done, Mrs. Clark.
I haven't got anything further to say, you'll be pleased to hear, so hopefully Richard and Buzz are still with us. What's that, Rich? Without the slurring?
I'm better now. Take a glass of water.
Have another one. So I'll hand over now to, I think Annie's going to say a few words. And